And now, last but certainly not least, our good buddy Jeff Darlington, who is just a terrific reporter. He does a great job on ESPN. You see him all the time on all of the ESPN platforms and networks, and he has patiently been sitting through this
I'm good,
entire
man. This is
program.
fun. Me and Aaron were texting earlier that we're just having fun watching this thing, and then I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I have to ask a question. So, Tom, I was, and by the way, Greg, you don't need any advice, dude. You're doing unbelievable right there.
Amazing.
I was not to. I don't want to hammer this too much about the kid last night with the hat, but I actually, when I was walking out into the parking lot, I came across him and his dad playing catch. Like everybody else had left already, and they were still out there playing catch. And I actually talked to him for a little while and kind of found out a little about the story. And like, I'm going to try not to get choked up because it kept getting me all night. But he said to me, like, if you ever have a chance to tell Tom, tell him father to father what he did with the video that you had sent in March changed the whole thing. Like it changed the whole morale of his approach to cancer. And he said to his son after that, like, when you get better, we're going to see Tom play. And I thought it was awesome because it wasn't like a make-a-wish thing. It was, I mean, not, that's awesome. Those are great, but this was totally organic the way that happened. And I guess I'm curious. Well, first of all, just what does it mean that you can have that kind of an impact or that kind of an imprint on people that you've never met before?
Yeah, it's a humbling thing, obviously, and you don't realize that effect because you're not those people who've been affected. All I can remember is when I was affected at that age by the different people that I saw and looked up to and admired. So I wanted to be like Steve Young when I was a kid. And the fact that, when I got to meet him, it just meant so much to me, but I was a lot older. And it's very difficult to see people go through so many circumstances. And I actually called my parents after the game on the way home. I had my daughter in the car with me. And I said, they said that was a really cool moment. And I said, we're always so blessed. It's, again, the perspective on life and the blessings we have from playing a football game. I don't care whether we win or lose anymore. I really don't. I want to win, but I love playing. And I'm going to do my best every week. But what matters is my family. What matters is, how people are doing, the effect. You see people are going through really tough circumstances in life and kids who are battling these diseases, man, it's hard. It's really tough. And I know, Larry, you probably get a lot of requests still from different people, and all of us do. We all get, there's different things that come up and little ways we can help, signing something, sending something, a video of something, encouragement at different times. And I think for me, it's just that it's a good reminder always to count my blessings too, it's,
I'll add, Tom, too, that I know that people see that moment at the end of the game, but I can't tell you over my career, the amount of people who've reached out to me to tell me their story about their interaction with you that doesn't get publicized. So as much as you do when the camera is on, I hope people realize how much you do as well when the camera's off, because it's inspiring.
Thanks. We all do. And we all do we'll always do our part because that's what we're supposed to do. Caring, I think caring is what's cool. Caring is what's great leadership. Caring is what the right thing to do is. And when you stop caring about people, it becomes very dysfunctional. We got to care more. We got to care more about the people that aren't cared for. We got to care more about, the people who don't have the opportunities or that are going through the tough times. And that's what we can do. And we can do it in small ways, just one-to-one. And obviously in other ways that, like I said, so many people do these days because they have notoriety in order to celebrate and bring awareness to causes that really need a lot of attention in order to make change, significant change.
Jeff, great question. And this is how we're going to wrap it up, Tommy. It just reminded me of something. Had the opportunity to spend a considerable amount of time with the great Nelson Mandela. And he said something to me when I was with him that was given to him by Maya Angelou. And he didn't use it in his speech for reconciliation, but he used it as part of his life, and it was a way that he lived his life. And it makes me think what Jeff just said about how you behave. He said, people will forget what you say, and people will forget what you do, but no one will ever forget the way you make them feel. I know this. When I'm around you, I feel better about you, and I feel better about myself. Thank you for answering all these questions, for taking a lot of time. We know you got a big game coming up with the Saints in the division, and this was just a great hour and a half with all of these great voices of the National Football League.